Well, the House Homeland Security Committee is demanding answers from President Obama regarding his silence about the possible release of a convicted terrorist. You see, Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi is coming to the United States in just a few weeks, and in an interview days ago, he made some news when he repeated his demands that the United States release Omar Abdel-Rahman, known as the Blind Sheikh. This guy was convicted in connection with his role in the World Trade Center bombing back in 1993 that killed 6 Americans and injured thousands. He's serving a life sentence down in North Carolina. And while President Morsi has been very vocal about the need for us to release him, we haven't heard anything from the administration, really, in response to these requests. New York Congressman Pete King is on the House Homeland Security Committee, and we thought we'd talk to him about it because you, too, are wondering where this is going. Now, the White House has said before that they have no plans to release the Blind Sheikh, but now the new chairman of the committee is saying they want a response from the Obama administration to this latest demand being made by President Morsi, and as he gets ready to visit the United States, and we presume make this demand face-to-face with our president.
Yeah, the new chairman, Mike McCall, is definitely following up on this. I know last September, when the issue first came up, I was demanding answers from the administration. I never really got them. What they said, they had no plans to release him. They never out and out denied it. And what I'm saying is, if the president of Egypt is bringing this to a presidential level, then the president of the United States should say clearly and unequivocally that Morsi will die in an American prison. That's the only way to answer this. Not give lawyer-like answers, not say there's no plans, not say there's been no discussions, but come right out and say it, because I know that the main reason I was raising this issue last fall is a number of people in federal law enforcement came to me and said they had reason to believe that this was being planned, at least being contemplated, that arrangements were being made for the possibility of a transfer. That's why I raised the issue at that time, and the administration never, ever gave a firm denial.
I mean, let me ask you this, Congressman, because people in this country, I imagine, think, oh, he's a convicted terrorist, he killed a bunch of Americans, he's going to stay in prison. He's lucky all he got was a life sentence, so he's going to stay in prison.
Right. Absolutely.
But this is a big deal in Egypt. They love the Blind Sheikh, and now to the point where their president, a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, is being very public with an interview with CNN, saying he plans to ask President Obama personally about this. He wants him released, and says at a minimum he wants to know about his prison conditions and whether they can be improved and more humane because he's an old man. I mean, do you think any Americans give a flying fig that he's an old man and doesn't really like his prison conditions?
No, in fact, I agree with you. I think the only regret Americans have is he's still alive. I mean, quite frankly, the President of the United States should not even consider or contemplate any type of request like this, which is why the President, I believe President Obama, should cut this short right now and say he's going to die in an American prison. He's under better conditions than anyone in any Egyptian prison. Complies with all human rights requirements, and that's the end of the discussion right then and there. But again, the administration is playing it a bit cute here.
Why would they consider this? Why would they consider doing this?
Perhaps they feel it's a show of good faith on our part. They want to set up better negotiations or better relations with Morsi. I mean, they did give a visa to one of his close associates last summer. He came to the country and actually went to the White House. And I still have not gotten answers as to why that happened. It keeps getting referred back and forth from Homeland Security to the Justice Department. When the State Department was asked questions about the Blind Sheikh by Congressman Meehan back in December, he basically said that was a classified issue and there has been no public statement made. So all I can think of, this is part of the Obama administration somehow thinking if they reach out, with the open hand, that it's going to be responded to and it'll make relations better. I think it's nonsense. I think the last thing we should be doing with Morsi, whose son, by the way, was involved in the the Blind Sheikh's son was involved in the demonstrations in Cairo back on September 11th.
Yeah, they took to the streets in Egypt.
Morsi, discussion's over. End it.
They took the streets in Egypt in September, early September, to try to get this guy out of prison. And now we're told that at a minimum they want his visitation privileges to be improved. And this is the same guy who used his visitation privileges already while in prison to pass out anti-American propaganda and other Islamic violence messages to his followers. So, I mean, it's hard to believe that we would ever consider it. I guess we'll wait to see what the next official statement on this will be. Pete King, thank you.
Yeah, but again, to me, the official statement should come from President Obama. That's it. End it right now.
Got it. Thanks for being here, sir.
Thank you, Megan.
All right, we'll see you soon.